Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral Program. This is exciting news that gives you an opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student and they successfully enroll at Regenesys, you can get rewards for each referral, up to 9,000 rands, depending on the course certificate. You can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded. To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
What is the importance of accounting? Accounting isn't just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesys Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being the best and beyond. Because at Regenesys, we believe best is just another milestone, because there is always something new over the horizon and there is always a hunger to be more. Do a Bachelor of Accounting Science from Regenesys and become the fundamental element for businesses to succeed. Humans have always strived to awaken their potential. There has always been a hunger to be something else, something more. We didn't stop after inventing the wheel, or discovering fire, or harnessing electricity, or the telephone. There has always been a want to be more, to be the best, to create beyond our wildest imagination, to not just be stuck in one place, to explore the planet and beyond. Humans were never meant to be just one thing. We are meant to be something more, to create more, to build more, to learn more. Don't be what they say you are. Be more with Regenesys Business School. What if there was a place where you can be surrounded by people with dreams and ambitions and yet be in that peace with your mind, in touch with your spirituality? Wouldn't that be a place of perfect balance? This is Regenesys Business School, one of the leading business schools in Africa, with over 23 years of legacy. We provide our students holistic education that helps them develop their emotional, physical, and spiritual being, that leads them to become ethically conscious leaders. We strive to not just be a business school, but also a global hub of diverse cultures and backgrounds. We believe in building our students from the ground up, and not just focusing on what is written in the books, but also developing their personalities. Our expert academics, with years of experience, will guide you towards excellence so you can pave your path towards your goals. We are Regenesys, and we believe in awakening your potential. So, step up and enroll yourself into the future that awaits you.
Hello there. Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral Program. This is exciting news that gives you an opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student and they successfully enroll at Regenesys, you can get rewards for each referral, up to 9,000 rands, depending on the course certificate. you can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded. To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
What is the importance of accounting? Accounting isn't just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesys Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being the best and beyond. Because at Regenesys, we believe best is just another milestone. Because there is always something new over the horizon and there is always a hunger to be more. Do a Bachelor of Accounting Science from Regenesys and become the fundamental element for businesses to succeed. Humans have always strived to awaken their potential. There has always been a hunger to be something else, something more. We didn't stop after inventing the wheel, or discovering fire, or harnessing electricity, or the telephone. There has always been a want to be more, to be the best, to create beyond our wildest imagination, to not just be stuck in one place, to explore the planet and beyond. Humans were never meant to be just one thing. We are meant to be something more, to create more, to build more, to learn more. Don't be what they say you are. Be more with Regenesys Business School. What if there was a place where you can be surrounded by people with dreams and ambitions and yet be in that peace with your mind, in touch with your spirituality? Wouldn't that be a place of perfect balance? This is Regenesys Business School, one of the leading business schools in Africa with over 23 years of legacy. We provide our students holistic education that helps them develop their emotional, physical, and spiritual being. That leads them to become ethically conscious leaders. We strive to not just be a business school, but also a global hub of diverse cultures and backgrounds. We believe in building our students from the ground up, and not just focusing on what is written in the books, but also developing their personalities. Our expert academics, with years of experience, will guide you towards excellence so you can pave your path towards your goals. We are Regenesys, and we believe in awakening your potential. So, step up and enroll yourself into the future that awaits you.
Hello there. Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral Program. This is exciting news that gives you an opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student and they successfully enroll at Regenesys, you can get rewards for each referral, up to 9,000 rands, depending on the course certificate. You can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded. To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus, developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
What is the importance of accounting? Accounting isn't just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesys Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being the best and beyond. Because at Regenesys, we believe best is just another milestone, because there is always something new over the horizon and there is always a hunger to be more. Do a Bachelor of Accounting Science from Regenesys and become the fundamental element for businesses to succeed. Humans have always strived to awaken their potential. There has always been a hunger to be something else, something more. We didn't stop after inventing the wheel, or discovering fire, or harnessing electricity, or the telephone. There has always been a want to be more, to be the best, to create beyond our wildest imagination, to not just be stuck in one place, to explore the planet and beyond. Humans were never meant to be just one thing. We are meant to be something more, to create more, to build more, to learn more. Don't be what they say you are. Be more with Regenesys Business School. What if there was a place where you can be surrounded by people with dreams and ambitions and yet be in that peace with your mind, in touch with your spirituality? Wouldn't that be a place of perfect balance? This is Regenesys Business School, one of the leading business schools in Africa with over 23 years of legacy. We provide our students holistic education that helps them develop their emotional, physical, and spiritual being. That leads them to become ethically conscious leaders. We strive to not just be a business school, but also a global hub of diverse cultures and backgrounds. We believe in building our students from the ground up, and not just focusing on what is written in the books, but also developing their personalities. Our expert academics, with years of experience, will guide you towards excellence so you can pave your path towards your goals. We are Regenesys, and we believe in awakening your potential. So, step up and enroll yourself into the future that awaits you.
Hello there. Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral Program. This is exciting news that gives you an opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student and they successfully enroll at Regenesys, you can get rewards for each referral, up to 9,000 rands, depending on the course certificate. You can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded. To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus, developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
What is the importance of accounting? Accounting isn't just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesys Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being the best and beyond. Because at Regenesys, we believe best is just another milestone. Because there is always something new over the horizon and there is always a hunger to be more. Do a Bachelor of Accounting Science from Regenesys and become the fundamental element for businesses to succeed. Humans have always strived to awaken their potential. There has always been a hunger to be something else, something more. We didn't stop after inventing the wheel, or discovering fire, or harnessing electricity, or the telephone. There has always been a want to be more, to be the best, to create beyond our wildest imagination, to not just be stuck in one place, to explore the planet and beyond. Humans were never meant to be just one thing. We are meant to be something more, to create more, to build more, to learn more. Don't be what they say you are. Be more with Regenesys Business School. What if there was a place where you can be surrounded by people with dreams and ambitions and yet be in that peace with your mind, in touch with your spirituality? Wouldn't that be a place of perfect balance? This is Regenesys Business School, one of the leading business schools in Africa, with over 23 years of legacy. We provide our students holistic education that helps them develop their emotional, physical, and spiritual being. That leads them to become ethically conscious leaders. We strive to not just be a business school, but also a global hub of diverse cultures and backgrounds. We believe in building our students from the ground up, and not just focusing on what is written in the books, but also developing their personalities. Our expert academics, with years of experience, will guide you towards excellence so you can pave your path towards your goals. We are Regenesys, and we believe in awakening your potential. So, step up and enroll yourself into the future that awaits you.
Hello there. Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral Program. This is exciting news that gives you an opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student and they successfully enroll at Regenesys, you can get rewards for each referral up to 9,000 rands depending on the course certificate. You can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded. To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
What is the importance of accounting? Accounting isn't just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesys Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being the best and beyond. Because at Regenesys, we believe best is just another milestone. Because there is always something new over the horizon and there is always a hunger to be more. Do a Bachelor of Accounting Science from Regenesys and become the fundamental element for businesses to succeed. Humans have always strived to awaken their potential. There has always been a hunger to be something else, something more. We didn't stop after inventing the wheel, or discovering fire, or harnessing electricity, or the telephone. There has always been a want to be more, to be the best, to create beyond our wildest imagination, to not just be stuck in one place, to explore the planet and beyond. Humans were never meant to be just one thing. We are meant to be something more, to create more, to build more, to learn more. Don't be what they say you are. Be more with Regenesys Business School. What if there was a place where you can be surrounded by people with dreams and ambitions and yet be in that peace with your mind, in touch with your spirituality? Wouldn't that be a place of perfect balance? This is Regenesys Business School, one of the leading business schools in Africa, with over 23 years of legacy. We provide our students holistic education that helps them develop their emotional, physical, and spiritual being, that leads them to become ethically conscious leaders. We strive to not just be a business school, but also a global hub of diverse cultures and backgrounds. We believe in building our students from the ground up, and not just focusing on what is written in the books, but also developing their personalities. Our expert academics, with years of experience, will guide you towards excellence so you can pave your path towards your goals. We are Regenesys, and we believe in awakening your potential. So, step up and enroll yourself into the future that awaits you.
Hello there. Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral Program. This is exciting news that gives you an opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student and they successfully enroll at Regenesys, you can get rewards for each referral, up to 9,000 rands, depending on the course certificate. You can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded. To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
What is the importance of accounting? Accounting isn't just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesys Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being the best and beyond. Because at Regenesys, we believe best is just another milestone. Because there is always something new over the horizon, and there is always a hunger to be more. Do a Bachelor of Accounting Science from Regenesys and become the fundamental element for businesses to succeed. Humans have always strived to awaken their potential. There has always been a hunger to be something else, something more. We didn't stop after inventing the wheel, or discovering fire, or harnessing electricity, or the telephone. There has always been a want to be more, to be the best, to create beyond our wildest imagination, to not just be stuck in one place, to explore the planet and beyond. Humans were never meant to be just one thing.
I've got
We
my
are meant
YouTube
to be
on
something more,
70%.
to create more, to build more, to learn more. Don't be what they say you are. Be more with Regenesys Business School.
Oh, brilliant.
What if there was a place
Yeah,
where you
what
could be
up?
surrounded by people with dreams and ambitions and yet be in that
Yeah.
place with your mind, in touch with your
Where
spirituality? Wouldn't that be a place of perfect balance? This is Regenesys Business School, one of the leading business schools in Africa, with over 23 years of legacy. We provide our students holistic education that helps them develop their emotional, physical, and spiritual being. That leads them to become ethically conscious leaders. We strive to not just be a business school, but also a global hub of diverse cultures and backgrounds. We believe in building our students from the ground up, and not just focusing on what is written in the books, but also developing their personalities. Our expert academics, with years of experience, will guide you towards excellence so you can pave your path towards your goals. We are Regenesys, and we believe in awakening your potential. So, step up and enroll yourself into the future that awaits you.
Hello there. Regenesys Business School, which is one of the leading business schools in South Africa that offers a holistic education, priming students for success, presents the Regenesys Student Referral
was it-
Program. This is exciting news that gives you an
Yeah.
opportunity to become a Regenesys referral agent and get rewarded up to 100,000 rands. When you refer a prospective student
Okay,
and
wait
they
2 seconds.
successfully
I
enroll
choose
at
the
Regenesys,
person
you can get rewards
to
for each referral up to
speak. Okay, cool.
9,000 rands,
So,
depending on the
Marlies
course
will just have
certificate.
to.
You can receive additional rewards for successfully referring more than 6 students each quarter. This additional reward will range between 1,500 and 10,000 rands. Refer students to Regenesys Business School and get rewarded.
Alright, fine.
To know more, log on to regenesys.net. Study Bachelor of Laws from South Africa with Regenesys Law School. The
What's up?
program is specifically designed with a holistic approach, which helps our students develop a deep understanding of legal processes, methodologies, and principles enshrined in the Constitution. We prepare our students to excel across many legal career paths. We also emphasize ethical values, thus, developing ethically conscious legal professionals. Regenesys Law School is committed to partnering with our graduates and alumni to become the leading provider of legal education in the African continent and beyond. Join Regenesys Law School and start your legal journey today. To know more, log on to law.regenesys.net.
Aslan, listen, send it to Vivek anyway. I don't think Mayank saw the thing. Vivek, I don't think Mayank saw the thing. Must you just pop them an email as well, or? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, cool. All right. All right, bye. Boss man, I've got a valid question, right? So on this thing here, there's Vivek Qatar and there's Vivek Gupta. Which are we sending it to? Okay, all right. I was gonna say to both of them, be like, they can choose what to do with this. Okay, right, like
There we go. Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to our prospective students and their families, spouses, parents, and anyone else that's joining us. My name is Marlies Kitching. I'm the Chief Academic Officer here at Regenesys, and I look forward to spending a little bit of time with you this morning. Just to tell you a bit more about Regenesys and sort of what our philosophy is and our ecosystem looks like. And then our registrar is going to tell you a bit more about the different programs that we offer and our creative attributes. And then probably the funnest part of today is we're going to have some of our students / alumni come in and just share with you a little bit from a unbiased, objective perspective in terms of what their experiences have been or were with us here at Regenesys.
Hi, Lucy.
Okay, so I think let me start off by saying thank you to each one of you to make the time and be here with us today. And I think, well done. Well done on taking a first step and just engaging with institutions, engaging with regards to your future, individual development, whatever that may mean for you.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, this is the first step. And I think the first step is a very important one, which means that you are invested in being more in life, whatever that means. For you, some people study because they want to hear that, they want to use that to grow their careers, or just at least get into the job force. As we know, in South Africa, we really do struggle with a very high unemployment rate. So I think this is probably a useful differentiating exercise to do, is getting yourself into a qualification and then obviously completing that, and making sure that whichever qualification you sign up for and whichever institution you partner with whilst doing that is fit for purpose. It's fit for purpose in terms of you having a sufficient understanding of why you're choosing the specific qualification that you're choosing, but then also, I think probably more importantly, is how does that align to where you see your future path going, and do you think that will serve you well within the South African context, considering our very high unemployment rate? And then in terms of choice of institution, on the surface, it might seem, a bachelor's qualification is a bachelor's qualification, regardless of where you go. I think there are basics in terms of, if you sort of look at the format of the different offerings, is there student facilitator faculty engagement, or is it purely online, or is it contact classes, etc., which is the easier thing to navigate. The more important thing is really just understanding what the institution stands for, because often you will find that whatever the institution's sort of vision around higher education is, that filters through into the philosophy on the qualifications and impacts the curriculum. And as our registrar will speak to after I have spoken, is we've got a set of graduate attributes, and as an institution that also aligns to our philosophy and what we want our graduates eventually to be able to display and take out into the world with them. So that's separate and beyond just the actual qualification. That the curriculum is the curriculum, and I think what's important there is to ensure that you join an institution where you're going to have access to high quality education, and that it's recognized and accredited within the South African market. On that point, if you have any questions around it, even though Regenesys is a private higher education institution, as many of the other institutions in the South African market are, we are accredited with the Council of Higher Education and Training, and that fits into the overall Department of Higher Education and Training. And that's the specific body is CHE, and that's where all public and private institutions get accredited. So absolutely no difference. We all have exactly the same accreditation within the country. So just to put your minds at ease. Talking about the specific institutional philosophy. So at Regenesys, there's two specific things that I want to highlight. The one is that we focus on very much more than just the intellectual intelligence and academic performance of our students. We want more for our students. We want them not just to be able to step up and say, okay, I've done the qualification. So obviously, that speaks to my EQ part of who I am. But we also want you to step out knowing that you've developed more holistically in terms of different intelligences that we try and incorporate into our approach with our students through the services that we offer beyond just our academic portfolio, etc., which I will touch on in a minute, which are the less tangible, I think, less tangible, more soft skills part of the experience that our students go through. And that relates to emotional and spiritual intelligence on the one end. And then vitally important for us is also to educate our students and to foster a level of ownership and really knowledge about financial intelligence, and then physical intelligence physical intelligence as well. So financial intelligence, again, we don't necessarily have access to the basics of financial management as growing up. It's not really necessarily focused on in the schooling system, and many of us go out into, regardless, many of us go out into the adult world and still not really knowing the different pieces of financial management and how do I set myself up so that I do utilize my money so that I don't pay insane amounts of interest to other institutions, etc. Just like, how do I accomplish that? And sometimes it seems very difficult because I'm just trying to survive and have something to eat. But regardless of what access you have to finances, there always is a level of intelligence that will help you succeed with whatever you've got. And then, just quickly with regards to emotional and spiritual intelligence, that really aligns to, if we look at the emotional side of intelligence, like, how do I show up in the world? Have I gone above just sort of being able to execute the tasks and really, say, for example, in the work environment? So just executing versus really showing up as a good leader. And for me, leadership is not just I'm leading people, I'm leading something. It's leadership of myself and how I show up in the world and how I treat my colleagues or those around me. And even beyond that, how do I engage with people in the world? And am I emotionally attuned to and emotionally caring and just whatever it is to really collaborate with people in a human way. And then secondly, the other part of emotional intelligence is, do I understand myself? Like if I want more out of life, which really is more holistic development of myself as an individual, what does that mean? And where do I have areas that I need to develop on so that I can flourish in the world without having certain things pulling me down? Sorry, I'm not actually planning on providing a lecture yet. And then the most interesting one is the spiritual intelligence, which is not attached to religion at all. It really is about, what is my purpose in life? And again, wanting, we have to work, we have to earn an income. Many of us have vast responsibilities to our families, regardless of, be it your parents, be it your siblings, be it your own children, etc. There's a lot of demands on most of our society, but ideally there should be a piece where, so yes, I have to sort of get through all of these things, and it's non-negotiable, they are there, but also I'd like to strive for something more purpose-driven, where I will also get some joy and satisfaction beyond just caretaking, and feel that I'm working towards something where what I think my purpose is and what I would like to achieve in the world aligns to a financial income, and marry those two. Which, if you get that sweet spot, that's brilliant. So that's the focus on the holistic. So really wanting our students to whilst engaging with the qualification, start developing in these areas, and once graduated, continue developing in these areas, and 10 years from now, continue developing in these areas. So they say an individual reaches their emotional maturity at the age of 26. if you don't work on it beyond that. So the natural level of maturity is sort of, yeah, reached at the age of 26. But if you continue working on it, you can elevate yourself to a completely different level. Like people as the Dalai Lama and Nelson Mandela, you know, they just functioned on a completely different level in terms of being purpose driven and how they engage in the world and treat others through emotional intelligence. And yeah, just really living for something bigger. Okay, so that's sort of the foundation blocks in terms of we want you to be more of a holistic person than just someone who's sort of passed academically. Obviously, academic excellence is the non-negotiator. You have to, like, we have to get you through the qualification. And we're here, we'll partner with you absolutely every step of the way. We're bringing in new initiatives. I wouldn't even say every year. I would say probably at least every 6 months. But really, it's a great priority for us to say we want to open access as much as we can. We have a failing schooling system. I mean, that just is what it is. Our children, our society, our students are being failed, unfortunately. And that shouldn't mean that access to higher education mustn't be available. And I think that's probably also one of the differentiators of Regenesys, is to say we feel strongly, and this comes directly from our founders and sort of filters through. And it's a privilege for me to be part of that, is we want every person to have access, right? And how we achieve that, we're continuously thinking about that to say, okay, so if a person wants to sign up for a financially inclined qualification, how do we, sorry, let me just change here because I don't think you actually see me properly. How do we then, oh, sorry, and they like failed in maths or didn't have maths. Ideally, we want to get to a point where we can assist those students through a transition process so that if the innate ability is there, that they can go on to and succeed. And that's our very specific example. But it really is our philosophy to create equal access to all, which means that internal support to our students is vital because we do care. Of course, we have to be financially sustainable. So we need students to get onto our courses, and that, you know, any business needs that to survive. But we do really take it above and beyond. And this sits more so in my department as the Chief Academic Officer, is to say, we've committed to our students. So once we enroll a student, we have made a commitment. And then how do we honor that commitment? If the student brings their full commitment, and we then have a responsibility to partner with that full commitment, to even go beyond just covering the prescribed curriculum. And one of the initiatives that we have in place that we're very growing aggressively is our Academic Center of Excellence, where we are bringing in, we have tutors in that space where we try and focus on specifically running programs for academic writing, English literacy, and then fundamentals of numeracy. And it is expanding, but we've identified that those are the critical areas where if students have been failed by the system, which again I think the majority, you know, of our society has been failed, then how do we then come and bridge that and say, okay, these are the two critical areas where if a student hasn't mastered the basics in terms of numeracy and the basics in terms of the English language, they will really struggle, not just in terms of navigating a qualification with us, but more importantly, navigating in the world of work. So therefore, we take on a commitment to saying, let's help bridge that gap. and you know, not just say to students, okay, because you have scored very poorly in maths and English, it's just like we absolutely can't accommodate you. No, rather saying, how do we find a way then to help give access to those students who have been disadvantaged and otherwise would not have the opportunity? Yeah, and that's the only way we can truly change society and increase the opportunities available to yeah, I mean, all of you, but also, you know, that much larger youth body in our country, where unemployment is now, the broad definition is now sitting at 60%. So and it just keeps getting here, like worse year on year. And I think that's also one of the reasons that we try and instill a level of entrepreneurial thinking on some of our qualifications as well, to assist where employment just simply isn't available, regardless of whether you've got 10 degrees. Then what's the alternative? How do we help you and your family, you know, with some basics, just in terms of if that is your only option. Just a few quick things. So in terms of financial intelligence, one of the centers or units that we've got under the Regenesys umbrella is we've got a My Wealth center, where they really do focus on personal financial management, and it can be at a basic level. And they've got their own dedicated website. Yeah, so that's one element of it. Then we've got a center called Urban Wellbeing. We try and bring physical intelligence into the classroom. We've recently had a new head take over there, so we're really working hard on saying in a feasible way, how do we bring physical intelligence into the class so that our students can take away bits and pieces of that and apply that. So one of the practical examples is I recently, through an online session that we were running with our academic body, learned how to put a proper posture in place in terms of my physical intelligence, and that's really helped me. And you guys are all going to, if you do honor and proceed with the commitment to becoming a student, then you're going to be sitting on a chair a lot, you know. So even something as simple as that, we're trying to bring it in a practical way into our classes. Then we've got a recruitment unit where we do, where possible, try and make available whatever opportunities come from the market to our students, our student body, and then we are expanding on that as well to see how can we do more career-oriented sessions with our students to really just help them set everyone up for, just to have the opportunity to be as competitive as possible in the very tough job market. Okay, and I think those are just small pieces. So for all of you here, we obviously have different schools that sits under our Regenesys umbrella. One of the ones that have been in existence for quite a long time and is a brand known out there in the market is the Regenesys Business School brand, but we also have our School of Public Management. We have our School of Law, and we've got our School of Finance, and we are further expanding as and when the Council of Higher Education and Training, who accredits qualifications, provides us accreditation for more. Okay, I do apologize, but I've spoken a lot more than I was intending to. I just really get passionate about what we do and how we can support those who choose to partner with us as the academic provider for your personal development journey. Okay, I'm going to hand over to my colleague, who is our registrar here at Regenesys. Her name is Joera, and she is going to talk a bit about the academic structure here, and touch on our graduate attributes and sort of the different qualifications. So, Tuera, oh, there you are. Okay, brilliant. I'm going to just spotlight you so that everybody can see your lovely face whilst you're talking to us, and take myself off here. Okay, so Tuera has been with Regenesys for 6-7 years, and I think is really part of Regenesys. You know, the institution has grown significantly over the past decade, but she was one of those people who really made it grow, and she understands lives the philosophy, and really understands the student support elements in addition to, you know, the broader part of her job and the journey that our students go through, because she's been there. So I'm going to hand over to Tuera, and then yeah, I'll jump back in when you're done. Thanks, Tuera.
Okay, I was just adjusting my screen there. Thank you so much, Marlies, and a very warm welcome to all of you. I feel very privileged to come and address you this morning, because this is normally what the dean does, and he asked me to stand in for him, so it really is an honor. But just to pick up from what Marlies said, you know, she spoke with such passion. And really, that is the heart of Regenesys. Everyone who comes and becomes a part of the Regenesys family, you know, you can't help but have so much passion for what you do. Because ultimately, what Regenesys is all about is about changing lives. And when we talk of changing lives, we are talking about the holistic aspect of a human being. And Marlies has so well, articulated all the cues that Regenesys promotes. And so I want to encourage you to take what, you know, Marlies has shared about, you know, what Regenesys stands for, and that you internalize it, and also that you're inspired to want to be a part of the dream that is Regenesys. So I want to encourage you to really, really go and reflect on this and choose Regenesys. So I welcome you very warmly, and thank you for giving me the time to share the academic journey that you would then experience when you choose Regenesys, and also just to share with you some of the things that sets us apart as an institution. If you choose us, what is it that you will obtain? What is it that you will require beside the document that is a certificate and the qualification you would have received at the end of the journey? So we don't want you to just go and sit in a classroom and learn theory and submit assignments and exams. We want you to also awaken, a lot of characteristics within you that will set you apart in the work environment as an entrepreneur, or whatever it is that you want to be. I mean, people choose to do a qualification for a number of reasons, but you're not just getting that piece of paper at the end of your journey. You will have tapped into your spirituality. And once again, to emphasize what Marlies said, we're not talking about religion. Spirituality is a much deeper inclination of purpose than just religion. And so once one unlocks that, you become a more aware human being. You become a greater leader. You become holistic in your view or perception of the world. And so everything that you do it with purpose, and you do it for a reason, and a good reason at that. And that's why we add that element into our programs. Okay, so without further ado, I want to just also thank the teams that have made it possible for us to be with you this morning, and that's the student recruitment team. Without them, we wouldn't be able to have those of you that have joined us online this morning. And also the events team that came together and made sure that we're also able to have this session. So thank you, colleagues. Okay, so the academic structure of Regenesys is obviously structured in such a manner that governance and compliance and legislation sit at the top of what we do and governs what we do. So the dean, who I'm standing in for this morning, heads the academic team. And the chief academic officer, who has just addressed you, also has a team of departments that report into her, and they make sure that you have the material that you would need for you to attend classes. They ensure that you have all the digitized material that you would see on our very, very classy student portal called Regenesys, which we make sure that we keep up with trends in the academic space to ensure that we have high level tech when it comes to delivering our material in our classes. And so we have a team, various departments within the academic team that ensure that your whole academic journey is a seamless journey. We have a team of academics that, we get top class academics to come and deliver our programs, subject matter experts. We have lecturers who we ensure that understand the subject matter and are able to articulate it in such a way that you understand the subject matter, and also to create the kind of environment in your class where it's not just them lecturing to you. It's also very engaging to ensure that you also have your, it's very interactive to make sure that you also provide your input and that you have debates around issues, current affairs, or whatever it is. That is the subject matter. And so we also have a very important department within Regenesys, which is the Quality Assurance Office. And they make sure that the curriculum that we offer, in fact, before we offer the qualification, that it goes through the correct channels. And that's the Council on Higher Education to accredit us. Because if they have not accredited our programs, we may not offer it. So for us to be able to speak to you today about the programs that I will then get into, the Council on Higher Education has to give us the go-ahead to offer them. The Department of Higher Education and Training has to ensure that they have registered accordingly. And we also have to register them with the South African Qualifications Authority, so that once you complete your qualification, you may also go on to the SAQA website and check your name that we have indeed registered you on the National Learner Records Database. So Regenesys takes this process very seriously. And so the Quality Assurance and Accreditation Department ensures that we go through the right stages and processes to get our programs fully accredited for us to deliver them to you. And they ensure that they check with us also that we are hiring the correct lecturers, facilitators, tutors to be able to deliver this material to you. And that at the end of the day, once you get that certificate, you're fully equipped for the working world. I have mentioned various departments that come under the dean and the academic office, but we also have other departments that provide support. So the Student Support Services Department is very critical. One of the best things about Regenesys, which sets us apart from other institutions also, is to be able to have a student support administrator. So some of us who joined Regenesys as staff members and not as students, I envy actually the fact that Regenesys has that quality, because I didn't have a student support administrator when I was studying. I didn't have that luxury, but Regenesys has student support administrators. Once you enroll with us with a program, you will be assigned one, and this person will support you through your academic journey, and they will ensure that you have all your dates for your schedules, whether it's classes or assignments, examinations, and they're the person that you can check back certain things with. So if you are unsure about something, you check back with them. If you are, facing a period where you have challenges, you must communicate with them so that they can let you know what options are available for you to be able to then still succeed in your academic journey. Don't just sit back and hope for the best without knowing what options are available to you. So those are the people that we have put in place to ensure that they provide the requisite support for you to be successful in your academic journey. And our CAO, Marlies, spoke of the Academic Center for Excellence, and that's also a very critical department that or unit of the academic team that then also ensures that there's additional support for academic writing. For instance, we understand that not all our students have, the requisite foundation to be able to then take on that qualification and sail through it. And so for those students that require additional support, then that is your unit to get involved with, and we will have that available for you to provide you with the required support. So don't despair if you feel that perhaps you didn't get a bachelor pass, but you qualify for a higher certificate, then come and join us and allow yourself to get through the higher certificate for that 1 year and then enter into the bachelor's, and then you will progress and articulate into the other programs all the way to the doctorate, hopefully. And we have students that have done that. So I want to encourage you to challenge yourself today to say, I have heard all this information and I am ready, and follow through and know that you have the required support for you to be able to succeed through this journey. So I have mentioned that Regenesys is very, very insistent and deliberate on ensuring that our governance structures are in place. And so we have policies that guide what we do. We don't just run the institution haphazardly. We ensure that we have policies in place that guide the procedures that we go through, and ensure that if we need to put together material for your studies, there are stages of approval that must be followed in order for us to then be able to deliver that material. So it's very deliberate and very structured for us to be able to do that. And so I will now move on to the schools that we have at Regenesys. It's important for you to understand the different schools and the different programs that fall under those schools, because then you get to make an informed decision on how important it is for you in the industry that you're trying to venture into, and how relevant that qualification will be for you, and the benefits that will then follow after you acquire that qualification. So Regenesys has the Regenesys Business School, and under the business school we have the higher certificate in business management. So at certificate level, that is pitched at NQF level 5. We also have the Bachelor of Business Administration, and for these two programs, the higher certificate in business management and the Bachelor of Business Administration, they both have two other programs, which are higher certificate in business management in retail management. So this is very relevant for colleagues that, candidates, I beg your pardon, candidates that are very interested in working in the retail space. So this is a good program for you to take on to understand, how the marketing and retail environments operate. And then also, the high certificate in business management has a banking certificate. So you have the option of the generic higher certificate in business management, but you may also take on the retail management certificate or the banking, credit banking higher certificate. So if you are in the banking sector, you might want to consider that one. Also, the Bachelor of Business Administration, we have the generic one, and then we also have the Bachelor of Business Administration in Retail Management, as well as the Bachelor of Business Administration in Banking. So these are all relevant for the retail and banking sectors. And so if you are already in that sector, or perhaps you work as a teller, or you work in the retail space, and you want to enhance your qualifications, because maybe you don't have that foundational background, but you have experience only, and you want to have an actual qualification, you may consider these so that you can then enhance and advance your career. We also have the postgraduate diploma in business management, and that, of course, you have to articulate into the postgraduate diploma in business management after you've done the bachelor's degree. So this is a hierarchy of qualifications. The postgraduate in business management is pitched at NQF level 7. And so if you've already got a degree, you may then enroll for this particular program. And then we have the Master of Business Administration, which is, very popular in the sense that a lot of our candidates who already have perhaps an honors, or they have a bachelor's, and they've done an honors, then they are interested in taking this role, especially our candidates that wish to take on managerial roles. Or they want to be an entrepreneur and gain the requisite skills to then operate in the entrepreneurial space. And so this is a very good qualification for you. We also have the doctorate in business management, and this is at NQF level 10. So those of you that are interested in getting up to NQF level 10, this is a qualification that you may also consider. Now, I did mention earlier that we have some candidates that have studied with us, perhaps from the certificate level or the bachelor's level, and they have articulated all the way to the doctorate of business management. And this is something that is very possible. You just have to dream it, you have to believe it, and you can achieve it. So I encourage you to consider what is offered within the School of Business, the business school, and then see which program is relevant for you. But also, just to add on to that, you have to really consider to say, if I'm already operating in the retail space, this is probably the best program for me. Or if you're operating in the banking sector and you want to enhance your studies, find out more. And our student recruitment representatives and managers are here to then provide further details on what that program entails and what kind of courses you would do. Then that will also give you a broader perspective of what you will then be studying once you enroll for that program. And at the end of the day, how you can then use those skills in the real industry, in the real world of work. Then I will move on to the School of Public Management. The School of Public Management, as it suggests, focuses more on the public sector, and we focus on service delivery in that school, ensuring that we support our candidates and our students in making a difference within service delivery in the public sector and within legislation, and also the execution, which is service delivery. For those of you that are interested in programs or qualifications within the public sector, I think this is an opportune time, seeing some of the challenges that the country is facing. We have the state-owned enterprises that are, I don't want to use a negative word to say failing, but the challenges are very evident. Some of you are fortunate to join because you don't have load shedding, but other people perhaps were not able to join because they have been faced with load shedding, and so they can't join online because they would need to be connected to Wi-Fi, and they don't have alternative options. So ESCOM is every day you mention the word ESCOM somehow in your conversation, because it is a countrywide challenge, and we are all faced with issues around load shedding and not having power. And businesses are being closed businesses are being shut down because they don't have electricity. It's really, really a very huge issue in the country. It's in fact heartbreaking. And people have lost jobs because of some of these challenges. And so in the public sector, these are relevant contentious issues that would have to be brought to the fore to deliberate on how do we then find alternative options to improve the situation in the country and to hire more people, because people are really struggling and wanting to provide for their families, and they can't do that with the current status of the country. The School of Finance, we have the Bachelor of Accounting Science, and this is a very, very tough qualification to get into. You would have to have passed your mathematics very well, and possibly done accounting at matric level. And so this is a qualification for someone who's also aspiring to be a CA. And so a chartered accountant, that is. And so you would want to then ensure that you have done well in mathematics. We do have a test if you didn't do so well in mathematics, for instance, but then you would have to have certain requirements that you must meet in order to then be enrolled for the Bachelor of Accounting Science. But that is a very, very marketable qualification that you should also consider if you qualify for this qualification. Finally, we have the School of Law, and that's the Bachelor of Laws that we have currently. Of course, for all the programs that I've mentioned in the School of Finance and the School of Law, we are also hoping that in the very near future that we have either a postgraduate diploma or a master's level qualification. And so Regenesys is working hard to ensure that you can still articulate into the next level. But both the Bachelor of Accounting Science, Bachelor of Accounting Science is pitched at NQF level 7. Pardon me, I didn't mention that. But back to the School of Law, the LLB, the Bachelor of Laws, we recently just got that qualification accredited, and so we have our first batch of students that are enrolled for it. The Bachelor of Laws has really exceeded our expectations because we have so many students that have enrolled for that program, and it is doing well, and the academic head is excited to receive more students. So if you are a person who's interested in the legal space, please also consider that qualification and find out from our student recruitment representatives as to how you can then get enrolled for that qualification, because also it is a critical aspect. Everything requires contracts in our world of work. If you're an entrepreneur, a business person, whatever, you have to sign some sort of contract, and you are the people, if you are interested in a legal qualification, you are the people that then get to draft these contracts and ensure that things are done legally. Okay, and for all these programs that I've mentioned and within the schools that I've mentioned, you are required to attend classes. It is a requirement. You are required to submit assignments and do examinations that have been scheduled for you and sit for those examinations. And then there are criteria for you to then achieve the qualification at the end in order for you to graduate. And so we encourage you to always keep that in mind, to say, if I am committing to take this qualification on, I will be required to do the assessments and to be able to commit to whatever is required in order for you to finally graduate. And I know you can do it. So please also bear that in mind, and you have the support that is required for you to achieve this. Okay, how am I doing for time, Marlies? How many more minutes do I have?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Sorry, my Zoom is just flashing strange messages here. So, Tawera, we have a challenge with one of our student that's going to be talking to us in terms of load shedding and draining his battery. So I don't want to rush you because the information that you're communicating is very important. But if you could try and keep it as succinct as possible, but don't miss anything. Yeah, it is important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm getting to the graduate attributes shortly, and then I'll be done. Thank you, Marley. Okay, so I will encourage you once again to choose Regenesys, and I think it'll be worth your while. And as I indicated, think very carefully, because this is going to craft the rest of your career path. But at the end of the day, if you want to change your career path, that is also okay. I think a lot of people have done that and still succeeded. And there's no harm in acquiring a legal qualification here, and then you switch to something else, but it always adds value to whatever your purpose or your goal is. Okay, so I would like to also then make reference to our slogan. So the slogan of Regenesys is awakening potential. One of the things that is very critical for all our candidates and all our students is to tap into the purpose of Regenesys. You know, Marlies has spoken about the holistic approach that we have. You know, the EQ, IQ, PQ, FQ, which is, you know, the financial quotient. And once you tap into that, you know, you will be amazed at the great things that you can achieve, and the sky is really the limit. And so one of the things that I would like to then move on to is Regenesys' graduate attributes. So as an institution, a team of people came together to say, you know, what do we want our graduates to be able to exemplify when they go out into the universe? And that could be nationally or globally. And so Regenesys believes that as we interact with you, even if it's a 1-year program, at the end of your qualification, as a Regenesys alumnus, you should be able to exemplify certain characteristics that sets you apart from other institution graduates. And so we want you to think differently as a Regenesys graduate. In fact, within your journey as a Regenesys student. And what we mean by thinking differently is that we want you to be analytical. We want you to problem solve. We want you to apply knowledge across different, across disciplines, I beg your pardon, and to be constructively critical, to be imaginative but rational, and to be innovative, and to be a visionary. And our the Regenesys directors that put together what we call Regenesys now, the founding directors, they are visionaries. And so if they can talk about their story of how they built Regenesys, and they are and have become visionaries, we too, I too, you too can become a visionary. And so we want to encourage and challenge our students to think differently. We also want you to lead consciously. I've spoken about ESCOM and our state-owned enterprises and how some of our institutions are really falling apart before our eyes. We want to harness conscious leaders so that you are purpose-driven and that we handle finances in a responsible manner, thinking of how it impacts the whole country and generations to come, and to put sustainability of our economy at heart, and to be emotionally and spiritually intelligent in how we manage businesses, to be self-aware, to act ethically, and to be service-oriented. And these are the things that make one a conscious leader. Thirdly, we want to harness diversity. South Africa is such a diverse nation, and we want to be able to provide environments where we can share our values and our individual differences also, because we can't run away from our past and our history, the history of the country, and how we have progressed or how we haven't progressed, and to be able to have those discussions and discuss how then we take the country forward, and to be collaborative in that achievement. We also want our graduates to comport themselves professionally. We try as staff ourselves to also think of all these attributes and to comport ourselves professionally so that we too can have that influence on our students. And so what does it mean to comport oneself professionally? It means one is confident in themselves. And by that, it's not arrogance, but you understand and you know your craft so well that you are able to articulate it in a way that is truthful, but it's also influential. We want to be accessible to others. So as Regenesys, you will find that, for instance, the chief academic officer, if she knows that something is, there's a requirement, students are in need, she will drop everything and she'll avail herself. Equally, our student recruitment team is accessible. We all have that quality to ensure that we are accessible and we respond timelessly. We want one to be able to inspire others, to model values, and to be accountable, and that is comporting oneself professionally. We also want our graduates to have a global outlook. What does that mean? And global is a deliberate word. It combines global and local. And so we want our graduates to be very, very open-minded, to not think in a very linear and very rigid manner, but to have an open-minded perspective and to be a responsible global citizen and operate in a broader world and not limited to thinking what is happening within South Africa, but understand the universe as a whole, and local realities and international realities and multicultural awareness. And to be able to be adaptable to these changes that are happening. And the world is growing smaller and smaller as every day. And so we have to understand our whole environment to be able to operate in it. And then finally, we want our graduates to be grounded in decisions, to ground themselves in evidence, in decisions in evidence. What does that mean? To be grounded in decisions in evidence means that we want our graduates to be well informed, to be knowledgeable, to seek knowledge, to be committed to research, to not just work based on hearsay, but to want to operate based on facts, and so to do research before communicating something, to be multidisciplinary and metacognitive in our approach to anything that we're involved with, to recognize and put aside personal bias. So that's once again one being able to look at facts as opposed to then being biased, and so to be very rational in one's thinking and to base your decisions on evidence rather than like I said, hearsay, and to take calculated risks. One of the things that our founding director says is that if you don't take risks, what are you doing? You have to take risks, and that's the only way you will know if you are headed in the right direction towards your vision. So these are the qualities that we want our graduates to have. So at the end of your academic journey, we don't want you to just be someone who has received a certificate and you walk away. We want you to exemplify these qualities. And so I want to thank you for allowing me to share all of these things with you. And I hope it has sort of added some sort of perspective for you to then take a decision on which qualification you would like to take on with us. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Marlies, for the opportunity, and to my colleagues who are here. Have a good day, and I hope you join Regenesys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tawera. That was really very informative, inspiring, and I've even learned some things. So that's great. So we've got an alumnus. We had a student online who's actually in classes today and was willing to step out to come and assist us here. But unfortunately, we have now lost him due to load shedding. His devices have run low, so he's on his way to a coffee shop to go and reboot there so he can join his classes. However, we do have an alumnus of us today who's actually gone through our BBA qualification, our postgraduate diploma in business management, and our MBA. So I think, and his name is Benny Kuvividila. Oh, Benny, I'm so sorry. I'm just really doing your name and no justice here. Kuvividila. Okay, let's hope that's not too wrong. And so I don't think there's anyone better placed to come and share a bit with all of you, because that is quite an amazing achievement. I think, yeah, most people will probably fall over at the end of a BBA, and then to clearly be a lifelong committed learner and proceed right up until your MBA. That's just absolutely inspiring. So Benny, just deep appreciation for you taking time today and joining us, and yeah, just sharing with some of our prospective students about your journey with us. So I'm gonna hand over to you, and yeah, just thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Yes. Thank you for having me. And you actually did really well on my last name. A lot of people, it usually takes a few people, a few tries to get it right, but you got it.
Awesome.
I want to greet everybody as well who's with us today. So I just wanted to share my story with Regenesys. I was introduced to Regenesys in 2014. At the end of high school, really, I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I didn't know what I wanted to study until one day we had a bit of, I guess it was an open day where several institutions came by, told us what they were about, and Regenesys was one of them. So they had me sold from the get-go because I figured I really like business. I'd always had a dream to have my own business. I didn't know what kind, but I always knew I wanted to run something for myself. And here comes a school that's strictly business, nothing else, just strictly business. So I was sold. And I officially started with Regenesys in 2015. It was good, and that's probably not doing it justice, but they really helped a lot, especially with the scheduling of the classes. It helped balance my work life as well as studying, and that's also one of the reasons why I was able to go as far as my PDBM and my MBA, because you guys made it very accommodating for me, compared to some of my friends who went to other institutions. They really struggled, to get a good balance going. So Regenesys helped me grow a lot as an individual. I know one particular lecturer from my BBA days. She used to encourage a lot of presentations in class, and I'm shy by nature, so I used to dread those days. I did not like standing up in front of an audience to address people, but she really pushed me, particularly because she knew that this was something that I struggled with. And today I honestly wouldn't have seen myself sitting in front of people, standing in front of people, presenting as I do today now in my line of work. So I honestly have her to thank, amongst other people, my PPAs at the time. I'm not sure if we still go with that name, but at the time they were called PPAs, so personal program, I think advisor or administrator. They also went above and beyond. I struggled a lot with some of my academics, some of my assignments. I struggled a lot, and they really did go above and beyond. I had their numbers and pretty much had them on call, and they would respond within minutes, regardless of whether they were on duty or off the clock. As well as Toera, I don't know if she remembers me. I actually recognize her as well. She, yeah, she also did the most to help me with registering, with getting certain documents and everything in order. She really did help me a lot as well. So with Regenesys, I really felt at home. I really felt like this was a family. Like I said, I recognize Toyota still, and I still do keep in touch with a few people who worked there and who studied there, and we've kind of come together as a small little family. They care. Even after I graduated, I still got communications from people there wondering how I was doing, how am I finding my way around, have I gotten work and all of that stuff. And even now, every now and then, when they reached out to me to speak here, I jumped at the opportunity and I cannot stress this enough. I don't think you can do better than Regenesys as a student. As I said, for me, they helped me balance my work and school, as well as for a lot of people that I studied with. The qualifications don't just apply to what you learn in the classroom, but again, they go beyond that to actually give you real world applications. I remember with finance, we did a lot of real world application studying, studying companies that actually exist and not just the hypotheticals. And I know how most schools are with, they give a lot of hypotheticals, like in this scenario, what would you do if you were the manager and all of that. But Regenesys actually puts you in the shoes of said organizations and gave you the platform to come up with solutions, how to analyze what's really going on, looking at the financial statements, looking at everything that you need to really to figure out what the problem is with a certain company and how you would go about it. And as I said, with presenting as well in front of people, it was something that I was not very comfortable with initially, but now, honestly, I look forward to addressing crowds, to addressing people, and just sharing what I've learned and sharing what I've experienced. So, to those who are still not too sure about where to study, I highly recommend Regenesys. They, like I said, they go above and beyond. They really care for you. You're not just a student or you're not just a statistic. Like we've got this many students now, and we've had this many students graduate. They actually do go above and beyond for you. And what else? They I cannot stress this enough. They really care. They really care. I'm actually trying not to get emotional because okay, for those who don't know me, I'm not South African. I'm Congolese. So coming to South Africa was quite a daunting experience for me because I had to leave home, leave my family, and come here where I did not know anybody, no friends, no family, and all of that. And a lot of these guys really did take care of me. They went above and beyond to show me around, to show me how to get to and from school, to get home, how to apply for certain things. Like they really held my hand and brought me to where I am today, to the point where, I've gone out and started my own business, which again is thanks to them because, one of Regenesys is, one of the things that they promote above a lot is entrepreneurship, not just to go and work for somebody else, but to go out and work for yourself, to make something of yourself and actually take control of it, because they give you the skill set that you need. They push you to grow and get out of your comfort zone and become, a functioning adult, a functioning member of society. And you're not just there to fill up the numbers and just, hit a certain quota, but you're actually a contributing member of society. And today I sit here with a successful business that I run in marketing. I won't go too much into that, but I honestly can say I couldn't have done this without Regenesys' help. So for those who aren't too sure about what they want to do, I would recommend Regenesys. You know, it's not just, I mean, yeah, business school, but I hear they've expanded now to do law, and who knows what else they have down the line, but it's a good place to start. It's really a good place to start from undergrad all the way to MBA. You know, again, I was able to work and study and find a good balance. You know, I wasn't overwhelmed, I wasn't stressed out, you know, trying to meet deadlines from here and there. I wasn't spread out too thinly. You know, everything was more or less tailored to my lifestyle, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, if you're looking for a tertiary institution, Regenesys is the place to be. Well, that's just my humble opinion. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Excellent. Thank you, Benny. This is what a lovely testimonial. And I mean, I think you're very inspiring. You know, it really is. I know you make it sound easy, but it's a tough journey having to go through, especially postgrad qualifications. Well, I suppose undergrad as well, but having to work through those kind of qualifications, and balancing your work life with studies, you know, it really is challenging. So just again, well done. That's amazing. And starting your own business. And then I think the thing that I'm most inspired about is the fact that you said that you struggled to present, and here you are doing such an amazing job, like you were born to just engage in front of people and with people. So just again, deep appreciation for having chosen us, and just, you know, still being willing to, in your very busy life, I'm sure, having to run your own business, just being willing to come and spend some time with us and give that freedom to us. So all the best with your business. And yeah, just thank you again from the bottom of my heart for taking the time and just really inspiring all of us.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And really, again, thank you to Regenesys for where I am today.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to wrap us up for the day now, because I know we've exceeded time, and we did say originally that we would be finishing at 11. So I think the few things to reflect on is, again, you have to go now and decide what's suitable for you, what qualification is suitable for you, and based on what you've heard today about our institutional approach and philosophy, which goes beyond just the academic side of a qualification, if that is something that aligns with you, and that you can feel yourself associating with and developing those kind of attributes and focus as an individual, and growing as an individual beyond just your IQ. And yeah, for some of you that might not be it, you know, like you might say, okay, well, you know, I actually just want to sort of focus on the academic side. I'm not interested in these other things becoming part of the equation. I would really encourage all of you, though, to make that part of the equation. These are the things that are going to set you up for success in life. That's going to help you really build relationships and engage with people around you on a deeper level, have a more purpose-driven life. And as you know, artificial intelligence is here, and unfortunately it's going to be taking away a lot of the purely intellectual jobs out there. And the thing that sort of sets us apart is that leadership, which really I think is a broad umbrella for a lot of what's been said today. And again, it's not leading people, it's leading yourself and how you engage with people around you. So it's personal leadership coming from within. Okay, so that's a wrap. Thank you all so much for taking time on your Saturday. And I'm glad that you're doing this. If you are considering signing up for qualifications, but like this is a vital thing, is to make sure that you engage, that you've got an understanding of what you're committing to. It is a very big commitment. So again, just well done for being here today and taking that first step towards your future. So I'm hoping to see all of you at our orientation, and meaning that you would have joined us. And yeah, just all the best. We've got an amazing sales/student recruitment team, who many of you might have already engaged with, and they are there, they're on standby with any questions that you might have. Please make sure that you get your questions answered so that you're comfortable, that you're informed enough to make your commitment. But they really are there. Got an amazing team who supports and guides potential applicants like yourselves through the journey. And I'm going to close this off there. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, Saturday. For those of you that are in South Africa, enjoy the rest of your day and your afternoon. For those of you who might be in other locations, enjoy whatever time zone you're in. And then, again, please contact our sales team. I know the details have been provided in the chat with any questions that you might have. And for those of you who already got into touch with the specific individual from our sales student recruitment team, please engage with them also if you prefer. Thank you everyone so much, and hopefully I'll see you soon.